И здравейте всички от YouTube, аз съм GTA Behavior и това е следващия епизод на Alan Wake. Сега в Alan Wake.
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped.
Отдавна се превърнал в хорор история, човече.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Истината. Сериозно? Беше просто кошмар. Това го имаше в ръкописа. Да, точно това пише в ръкописа.
The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Значи буквално го чухте какво каза. В клиника сме, да. Определено ние сме клиника, в пациента му. Ние сме пациент в клиниката му. Ама като гледам колко шатава тази история, може и клиника да стане от пациента му. Ще видите колко готино на това място, въпреки гадната част в историята.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Не съвсем.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Значи, какво се оказва? Всъщност няма никакви сенки, никакви лоши създания, ние сме просто пациент в някаква лудница, нали? Логично звучи. Просто Алан е полудял и му се привиждат някакви неща. Дали стреля по реални хора или не знам. Но да, това ни казват до сега, дали е вярно, ще видим. Може наистина да има нещо свръхестествено, а може и да няма нищо. Може и просто да сме полудяли. Кой звучи по-правдоподобно?
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip.
Ама ме бяхте заключили, Заснувам простоти 2 седмици.
I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Много готино място тук, тази хижичка. Асансьора. В момента ще влезем в този асансьор и ще излезем друг човек.
From past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Той каза буквално това, което си мислех. Да, ти как си вляза в главата ми да разбереш какво се случва наистина. Нещо не се връзва. Нито много готино място. Да, но то се случва наистина, смисъл. Ти няма как да го знаеш, че се случваш само в главата ми, нали? А може да съм казвал някакви неща на сън там, докато евентуално съм сънувал тези неща.
Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Значи всичко може да бъде обяснено, така ли? Какво е? Прочети, искам да прочета. И зад сянката, с която се премира... What? И зад сянката, с която се примири, е осветено чудо. Интересна мисъл. Това е самото къкрещо езеро. Май. То трябва да е. Някое друго езеро да е. Доста готино мисля.
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter.
Те пък кога са били прави, а?
Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
Обърнете внимание, всички тук са луди.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Трябва да заключи, защото нали идва буря. Значи той има нова книга. Това е този писател, за който нали, жената на Уейк, нали, Алис ни говореше за него в началото. Став.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Ew.
La 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 la
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Окей, сега на къде сме, доктора? Ти, това ли беше доктора? От, не. Ето го, доктора.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
Wither Storm. Night Springs, вижте какво пише на масата. Това е шоуто, което понякога отпускат по телевизора и дават някакви странни работи. Разбира се, говоря за играта.
They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room. Try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Заглавието това ма кара да пиша.
I'd like to bash
Она също иска да пише.
No, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing.
Този е прав обаче. То се чука ма кефи много.
Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's gotta go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Това ми даде нещо на единия. На това страница ръкопис, сериозно. Творчеството на Томас Зейн и асистент.
Zane could feel the poems taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Да не се лъжа, Томас Зейн, дали беше стария писател, който се хванали или не знам, вече се изгубих. Как се казваше този епизод?
It was clearing up.
Истината.
Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula, local ingredients, medicine.
Тия да не мислят за този Томас Зейн, бе. Защо не си дах субтитрите?
Moonbeams on the brain. Oh, I just noticed leather patches on the elbows. That's not very rock and roll. Tom just lost his all.
Тия са рокери. Забележете, вярват в тая скандинавската митология, разбрах. А то държи чук.
Took my thunder, the witch. And my ravens. What were they? Memory and thought. The hag. She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does. We're better off. This place, the lake.
Това учетохме вече. Инструкции, как да се държите в клиниката, глупости, да. Трябва да се върна в стаята си.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Burge. The storm's bound to make use.
All dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is
Аз може ли да изчезна? Някъде тук.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
Това също ме кара да пиша.
Something's wrong. Myself. It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be.
What?
I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Значи, да. Един демек Алън е написал всичката тази щуротия и тя се запътва. Окей, де ми е стаята сега? Трябва да пише Wake на нея, нали? Ето я. А другата стая? Сигурен съм, че имаше нещо.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Рокерите откачиха.
Chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here. Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony.
Кога? Страницата да ръкописах, как се появи тук?
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Да. Просто сценка от бъдещето. Какво случва тук?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap.
Случава
The
какво правите?
prisoner fart hit her hard. If she was one,
Така трябва да вземем ключовете.
she had it
И какво да
coming. I
направим
had
сега?
to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he
Ето е шумотевицата какво. В офиса на Хартман. Не съм летал в офис сега, да. Това е офиса на Хартман, вау. Има си коридор, че човека не е се оставя само с една празна стая.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Значи Хартман ни е разигравал.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Това е запис с Алис. Това не съм го намирал първите пъти, като играх играта.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too
В малко е сложно така, като чета субтитрите, разбирам го на български и на английски едновременно. Чуда се кое да слушам. Дали да слушам това или да чета.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Така, значи, обаждането, което получихме е било просто запис от... част от този запис тук. Мога да го пусна пак даже. Или това е нов запис. Има още една страница, която ще прочитаем.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time. And he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Така, Мод може би е той военния, който не иска ръкопис, не е откуп, както се обръка последния път. А именно този ръкопис, който събираме, за да ни даде Алис, но най-вероятно няма да ни предаде, защото вероятно не е с нея, просто ни мами. А този запис, който гледахме, е направен преди да дойдем на това място, т.е. няма как, в смисъл, не е записан сега, т.е. пак нямаме доказателство, че тя е с него.
I wish I could say the same about Wake. It's frustrating that the best subjects are always so damn difficult to deal with.
Още записи има ли? Това май дава сейфче. Значи он има търсил и тук. Що подскачаш бе, Уейк? Ще дойдат да залуват и се радваш, човек. Как може? Гледайте го. Значи той се е опитал да дойде и тук, но не са го допуснали. Тоест Хартман не го е пуснал.
You're not dealing with a hick now. I know the law, and if you can get a judge to grant a warrant, I'll be glad to cooperate. But you won't get one. Be advised that any further communications with me are to be made through my lawyer. I don't believe this. Good day, Agent.
Няма повече записи, нали? Чудесно. Какво правим сега? Отиде до офиса на Хартман. Значи ти също имаш всички ключове, да, сега схванах. Това не е било цялото неговия офис, просто той има ключовете. Бари. Не! Не, исках... О, не, хора, това е ужасно. Не можем без това кафе. Ау, страници? Всичките негови, смисъл наши, или...
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Опа, тъмните сили отново. Край. Как можахме да го... В смисъл, да. Уейк, не трябваше да го буташ така. Добре. Страница друг писа.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Да, ето така са ни спасили от водата. И сега все пак това нещо Алан го е написал и това се е случило. Да, ще мога да си взема кафето. Вероятно тук. О, не. А, нямам фенер. Сериозно? За първи път съм с оръжие, но без фенер. Веднага. Ами отключвай, бе. Олеле. Кошмарът започва сега. Генератора. Знаех си. Че ми потрябва. Много малко това. Как го нацелвам, не знам. Фокусири, бе. Охо, какво става? Предмети и какво става? Ще се разпаднете ли? И тук ли сме? Не. Най-вероятно сме отдолу, но... Това е отражение просто май в телевизора. Оле, цялото това място става черно. Насам ли сме? Не, добре. Нямаме много патрони за оръжието. Добре, не разбрахме, ако трябва да време. Насам сме явно. Ще една страница друг описа, няма да е излишно. Мисля на Картман.
He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Скоро ще дойде време да го приключим този епизод. Майде поне да избягаме от клиниката. Опа, проблем. И насам ми показва, че трябва да ида. Добре. Здравей, Кълбо, мерси, че ми помогна, сега се махни от пътя ми. Кълбо, внимай какво правиш. Пак ти бе, Кълбо. Ето тук, Кълбо, трябваш ми отново, Кълбо. Къде си, бе, Кълбо? Кълбо, как може си такъв? Такова, не знам, какъв по е Кълбото според нас. Кълбо, ела отново. Плиз, Кълбо. Айде, Кълбо. Така. Си ме намира, Кълбо. Ми се стори, че виждам на страница друг опис. Кълбо! Мали, как ме стресна. Хайде, Кълбо, хайде. Кълбо, как можа? Кълбо, много ти се разруши това нещо. Кълбо. Не помня да е толкова трудно било. Остава сега. Не, Кълбо! Хилни се, плиз. Хилни се. Прехвани се преди Кълбото да не е разказала играта. Дай, хубаво, давай. Това не го помня в играта, хич. Нещо са променили тази игра. Така. Само трябва да умирам от кълбо. Каквото ще настава. Ако не отвори вратата. Ау! Дано кълбото да не ни намери тук. Там има по-голям кълбо. Дай. Така. Не ти. Това е малко фенерче. Взели сме целия гир, естествено. Но накъде? Окей, хора, мисля, че тук някъде ми сейфата и че ще приключвам епизода. Надявам се да ви е харесал. Абонирайте се, ако все още не сте. Харесайте клипа, ако ви е харесал. И... да, решихме вратата. И това е.